Hello everybody and welcome back to the Sammy Snake Racing YouTube channel. My name's Sam, aka Sammy Snake, aka the fastest snake in the world. Now, if you're a regular of the channel, you'll know that I like to find tough challenges in the game to test myself for your entertainment. Well, today's video is the toughest challenge I have ever tried to accomplish in Gran Turismo. So, today's challenge, what is it? We're going to be trying to set a top 10 time in the world in the toughest challenge in Gran Turismo 7. Now, if you're unaware what that toughest challenge is, it is the circuit experience around Nürburgring. Now, this can get you 7 million credits for getting gold, because less than 1% of the player base is good enough to even do that. So what we're going to try and do is set a top 10 time in the world. So on the circuit experiences challenges, you'll find a leaderboard of the top 10 times worldwide. And the fastest snake in the world is going to try and achieve that. Now, I will warn you, this was incredibly difficult, not only in skill, but mentally. I found it quite frustrating, as you're about to find out. So let's jump in and see how I got on. Okay, so here we are in the circuit experience. We can see 6 minutes and 37 seconds is good enough to get gold. Our previous best time was a 6 minutes 21.4, which was a few physics updates ago. I think cars have got a little bit slower since then, or it's harder to be as fast. And the top 10 all-stars, the top 10 times in the world, the best time being a 6 minute 17.4. But in order for us to get into the top 10 all-stars, you need to do a 6 minutes 20.7. Now, this is going to be one hell of a challenge. I'm not sure whether the snake's up to it, but we're going to give it our best shot. This is the toughest challenge in the game. Can we earn some glory by making a top 10 appearance? Let's jump in. Get ready for a montage of crashes and pain. So, as you can see from that first attempt, that pretty much set the tone for the first 15 to 20 minutes of this challenge. One of the most difficult things with this challenge is the combination that this car doesn't have BOP applied, so it has a lot more power than you would normally find in the daily races. So you combine that extra power with racing hard tyres on a circuit like Nürburgring, it is incredibly hard to stop those rear tyres from spinning up and crashing out. And then on top of that, because you're going so much faster, your braking points are all different, so it takes a lot of time to adjust and figure out how fast you can go around these corners. But eventually, we did set a benchmark time. This is our first successful lap that we managed to complete without a crash, and it gave us a bit of insight of how tough this challenge was going to be. Okay. First lap. 6 minutes 23 seconds, 0.6. We've got to get basically 3 seconds off that time. Wow, okay. This is why this challenge is so tough. So now, because we've completed a lap, we can save that replay and we can change the ghost from the demonstration ghost that we were following and set our own ghost to follow, which helps us to give a bit more of a time indication. The 6 minute 23 was faster than the demonstration ghost overall, but now following this ghost, which is ourselves, we know that we need to be 3 seconds over the full lap faster than this reference point. So this is the part of the time trial where we're starting to get a feel for the car a little bit, but we haven't got a great deal of confidence.
Might be a little bit faster.
And we're trying to figure out where we can push it, where we can't, where we are losing time. And this is exactly where I find where you can't push it so hard. And as we fast forward it on a few attempts, you can see that the Ghost is behind us. The Ghost started 3 tenths in front of us, so we know we're at least 3 tenths ahead as soon as we get level with that Ghost.
Okay.
But one of the toughest things with this challenge is not just being faster than the Ghost, it's actually keeping it on the track and not crashing through the whole lap. And you'll see we get agonisingly close to a new personal best. The back tyres light up.
What the hell is this car, man?
It's another retry. So close, but yet so far. So this next lap was a significant improvement, but what I'd done here with the settings, with the Ghost settings in particular, I'd set this to reset after each sector, because I was finding I was catching up to that example or our example of a lap in a lot of areas, and in many cases it was actually getting in my way visually. Just like here, I'm just a little bit close. I'm struggling to see the apexes, the braking zones. So I'd set the Ghost to reset after each sector. So you'll see when we come past this first sector time, which is an improvement, it resets back in front of us. And I also had a button mapped, which I've just pressed there to get rid of the Ghost, so it wasn't in my way, and I could press it and then press it again so it would reappear. Now, I'm not going to give this lap much commentary. It is a significant improvement, and I don't really want to say a lot more than that. So watch the lap, enjoy the racing, and I'll pick up with you towards the end. Now what I was finding and realising is that because of the amount of retries I'd had, I'm starting to get much better at the first half of the lap. As you can see, we've moved significantly in front of the marker we'd set with a 6:23, but towards the end I felt quite weak. I wasn't sure how much I could push it around the corners because I'd not come to this part of the circuit very often. And combine that with the nerves of not wanting to mess up after having a few failed attempts towards the end, I felt like I wasn't as quick. So even though I was moving ahead of the Ghost significantly in the first half, I felt like there was room for improvement. And towards the end, particularly coming up to this corner where you saw in the previous attempt where I lost it, I was very nervous on the power, and I was just holding back. So it was encouraging to find more pace and move ahead, but I still felt like there was more potential in this lap. Not the best final sectors. We're about 2 seconds on, I think. Nah, I don't think this is fast enough. Yeah, not quite. 21.3. I'm going to have a break. I'm going to come back to that because it's doable, but it's going to be so tough. I need a break. Okay. Round 2. Let's go. So the usual format resumed after jumping in and having a break. It took me about 15 to 20 minutes to get used to the car again, making the same familiar mistakes as I was trying to adjust to how volatile this car is on this circuit. Many mistakes were made.
Absolute nonsense.
And frustration was increasing with each mistake that I made. But I didn't want to give up. I knew there was more time in the lap, so I wanted to persevere. I knew if I could just string things together, a top 10 time was achievable. And then came this attempt. This was a great attempt, coming all the way into the last sector. We were massively up. However, the Ghost that we were following in front was now the demonstration Ghost, because if you come out and go back in, unfortunately, even if you save the replay, you can't load that Ghost back up. It's only on that live attempt that you can use your personal best.
It's a shame about that last corner.
And as you can hear, I wasn't very happy with that exit of the last corner, but we are up.
All right, what's this going to be?
It was a 38.5 coming through that sector before. We just need 6 to 7 tenths, and I believe we were 6 tenths up coming through that corner. So all I had to do was nail these final couple of corners,
6 tenths of 21.3,
and a top 10 time was in reach.
Might have half a chance this. Oh God, no. Go, 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 go. Oh, I messed up in the braking zone. I'm a tenth and a half, just over a tenth and a half away. Agonising. Oh no.
Now, as agonising as that finish was, it did give me hope. And now I had a Ghost that was only a tenth and a half away from getting a top 10 time. So what I would find is I was getting closer and closer with each attempt. And on this particular attempt, as you can see, I was making gains, I was closing in, and then towards the end of this lap, I started to make a few errors, which cost me probably 3, 4, 5 tenths in those last few corners alone. And as you can see, I'm getting a bit frustrated. I'm disappointed. I keep throwing these opportunities away. But I didn't want to give up because I knew the finish was so poor of this particular lap that we were following.
Well, I've got to take this last corner really well. And I haven't. Turning. Nah, messed it up in that last bit. 3 tenths behind. We're going to have to find 4 tenths in this final corner.
Now, I didn't realise, but I was actually more than 4 tenths behind. I was closer to 6 or 7 tenths to the previous
really frustrating
sector we had. But I want to show you this example because you can see how much time there is to be gained and lost if you make a mistake. Watch the ghost that we're following, which is the previous best lap. It's quite far in front of us, but it goes deep into this braking zone, which take a much better line, carry more speed through, and we actually end up gaining all of that time we've lost, and we set a slightly faster lap time.
Oh, a tiny bit of improvement.
So here we are again towards the end of the lap. And you can see the time loss that we had on the previous lap. Look how much we gain coming out of those corners. We are now significantly up on the time. We only need 1.5 tenths. If we're level with this ghost, we're 3 tenths ahead. And that's all we need for a top 10 time. We're carrying more speed through these corners. I'm feeling really positive, but nervous at the same time. We get it turned in nicely. We take a good corner through the carousel.
Can't see the ghost.
Can't see the ghost, so we must be level with that. And then...
Oh no!
we make yet another error, carry too much speed through and invalidate it. Okay, it's safe to say this has been a roller coaster of emotions, and it's a really challenging challenge. But
this one's the one I can feel it.
As you can hear, I had a good feeling about this attempt. So I'm not going to give you much commentary. I'm just going to let you watch the rest of this lap play out, and you can see for yourself if the fastest snake in the world was fast enough to accomplish a top 10 time in the hardest challenge in Gran Turismo 7.
Nearly lost the back end coming out of there. I think that was a little bit slow. For some reason the ghost has definitely reset that car further ahead than 3 tenths. But that's fine. Yeah, that's the fastest I've been through there. Missed the apex. Oh no, that wasn't great. But it's still a decent split sector. In. No, I've outbroke myself. That's a couple. That's maybe 1/10 or 2. We've lost time, we're 1/10 down now. But there is time in this second half of the lap, so We're okay. I hope.
As we head up this long straight, if I could just ask for your attention momentarily. If you're still watching this video and finding it entertaining, do me a small favour. Tap the like button and subscribe to the channel. We're chasing 10,000 subscribers and we're trying to achieve that goal by the end of the year. So each and every subscriber really does help massively. Now let's get back to this hot lap.
Oh no, that was a bit slower. Don't panic though. Bit of wheel spin on the way out, ruin that exit. Come on. Let's get rid of that ghost. I don't know why it's getting closer. I don't want it that close. I want it at 3/10. Okay, we're a little bit closer. Brake early for this. Feel like that was better. Yeah, we're gaining down here. Okay, it's reset. That's good that it's reset it that far away. I don't want it too close. Right, okay. I'm not sure. That didn't feel like I could have pushed that a little bit more. Let's see. I think we're a couple of tenths up. So we just need a good final sector. And we might be top 10. Oh my goodness. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Come on. Oh, this is going to be close. It's going to be close. Oh no, I've messed it up. Oh no. Go, go, go. Please go, 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 go. Oh! Oh! Oh my God, I'd messed that up. There was a few errors in there, but I think we've done it. Top 10 All-Stars. That was one of the hardest things I've done. Let's go take a look at the top 10. Make sure we are there. Oh, dude. There we have it. Number 10. We just snuck in. If you're here to the end of the video, thank you so much for watching. That was definitely the most difficult challenge I've ever done in Gran Turismo 7. I did feel like there was a little bit more time in the lap. I'm tempted to go back and try and push up the leaderboards. Let me know in the comments, should I push on and try and improve that lap, or should I leave it where it is? Also, if you could do me a favor, leave a like on the video, maybe hype it up to help this small channel grow. As I mentioned, I'm trying to get 10,000 subscribers before the end of the year. So if you could do that, it would massively help. But from the Racing Snake, it's over and out. Take care and thanks for watching.